Hi there, my name's Victoria. I am otherwise known online as Lone Wolf Knits, and today I'm here to talk to you about all things flock. The time has come. It's been quite a few days now actually since flock actually happened, and I wanted to talk about my experience there, definitely some purchases, and just generally kind of talk about what it was like in case you didn't or weren't able to join. So Flock Fiber Festival, for those who don't know, is in Seattle, and this is the second year that it's been going on. It was the first year that I've ever been there, which was really exciting for me. I was so pumped to get to go this year. I was in New York last year and was unable to go. So I don't really have much of a comparison in between like last year and this year, but from everything that I've heard from other folks, it was a lot bigger this year. It was obviously in a different venue than last year, and a lot of people seem to think that it was better overall. I went for Saturday only. I am about an hour-ish north of Seattle, so I left an hour before I was supposed to be there. The doors opened at 10, and parking, it's downtown Seattle, but I was able to find a spot. One of the great things about not living there anymore is not having to park there, which can be expensive, as most people know. I looked for an old office building that obviously wasn't going to be have a full lot on the weekend, so I did have to walk a couple blocks, but I was there from 9:30 to 3:30, and I think I paid $7, which is pretty cheap by Seattle parking standards. So pro tip, try to find a office building if you're going on the weekend and need some cheap parking in Seattle. Although I was early, I got to the Summit building and there was a line out the door, which is to be expected. It's a huge festival. And the line moved ridiculously fast. I think I probably ended up standing in line for maybe 15-20 minutes. And I was by myself, and I found some friends, which was great. I just made friends in line. Funny story, we're not going to talk too much about it, but I was in the wrong convention center, the wrong part of the convention center at first. I was following all these people up an escalator, and I was like, they have weird name badges on, and none of them look like they knit, and I think I'm in the wrong place. I had just followed someone in, and you see people moving towards something together, and you're like, oh, maybe I don't know, I thought maybe there were vendors or something, and turns out no, there was another convention also happening at the same time. So anyway, by the time I ended up actually getting in line, it was probably closer to like maybe 10 before 10, and once I got in line, it started moving. So I think they started punching tickets a little bit early to get people in the door. And like I said, I met some friends in line and just started knitting, and it was great. I actually met someone with my same name, and we just, had our projects out and we're just knitting along. And the building was beautiful. It had plenty of places to knit. There were these like large staircases along one side of the building with tons of floor-to-ceiling windows, and the stairs, when I say stairs, they were more like areas that you could actually sit and knit. They were stairs, but like seating stairs, if that makes sense. And they have like cushions on them, and it was great. I'm sure you've seen some video of that. There were a lot of people there that were taking video or just generally like trying to capture the vibes. So I was also one of those people. I have a really small reel of what it was like if you're interested. It was a decent sized show, lots of vendors, lots of wide open space in between the vendors, and the aisles themselves were pretty wide. I think that's great because it was just easier to get around. they did have some masked hours because there was a COVID friendly time for, not for people with COVID, but if you wanted to shop and have a mask on, like every vendor was required to wear a mask and every person was required to wear a mask for the first couple hours, I think. So that was great if you wanted to shop a little more safely. And there was a winding service. I didn't use it, but very convenient if you were from out of town. I think it was free, but there was like a suggested donation. And I think it was to charity, but don't quote me on that. And that is probably about all I have to say overall. I mean, I absolutely loved getting to see tons of knitters and folks that I admire in person. It was kind of like a celebrity spotting for all of the knitters that I love and follow. There were a lot of famous people there in the knitting world, and it was actually really cool. I think someone else described this on YouTube as like a your Instagram feed come to life, because it was just, you know, oh, I know that sweater, or I've seen that top before, or, you know, like, oh, look at that shawl. So it was kind of surreal to see all of that in real life. And I also just found a lot of cool stuff. So it wasn't really about the stuff though. I enjoyed seeing everyone. I enjoyed seeing vendors and yarn and squishing things, and just generally getting caught up in the vibes and the amazing time that I had there. It was great. I highly recommend if you're in Seattle during that time. It's an unforgettable experience. And for me, it was just the kickoff of an amazing week. I got to meet Cohen Knitwear and her flock of folks who we all knit the Cannon Beach tee together as a test knit, and we took a photo together. And then I ended up meeting my Indie Untangle retreat ladies that I was gonna then see that Monday for our Mount Rainier retreat. So it was nice to kind of like preview, see everyone, say hello. It was great. It really was great. So without further ado, let's get into the yarn. And you'll see why we're not going to go through all of it. And I hope this doesn't like, I don't even know if this will fit in the frame. So this is all the stuff I got. And this isn't even all of it. I may have went a little crazy. This is the Black Pearl Magic, I think it's her name, Black Pearl Magic? Sorry for the ASMR. I think it's Black Pearl Magic. I think she calls this the Big Ass Bag, and it is aptly named. It is a very well made, super shiny holographic bag, and I got it maybe halfway through when I realized that even though I was getting, you know, like little craft bags and things from vendors, I didn't want to carry around like a ton of different bags, so I ended up having to purchase one of these. I'm very glad I did. It's a beautiful bag, and I didn't know about Black Pearl Magic because apparently I live under a rock. But their booth was gorgeous, and I walked by it. You know, I did like a first lap. I did have plans on what I was going to buy at Flock, and none of those things ended up actually working out. Besides, I wanted to get some sock sets, and I did get some sock sets. So success there, but I had like some other sweater quantities that I was looking to purchase, and trying to keep a budget, which I obviously blew. But yeah, Big Ass Bag, aptly named, great purchase. I'm definitely going to be using this anytime I go to another yarn festival. Or maybe not, because it does hold a lot of yarn. Like, it holds too much yarn. And I was like, once I fill it, I'll be absolutely broke. And clearly it's a little overflowing. So, I'm just gonna go through the new to me things and some of my favorite vendors. A couple reasons. I did get some gifts while I was there, so I'm gonna have to like kind of sort through this and not show anything that maybe I'm gifting. But also like the Farmer's Daughter Fibers and like, you know, Spin Cycle and all those folks. Like, I mean, they're very popular, and I've seen enough of these videos that I know those were like first purchases for a lot of people, and that's great, and I love you. But I wanted to show off some like new to me people that I did not research beforehand and was pleasantly surprised by. And I just want to show some of like my favorites. So we'll just go through it, and I'll try to keep it kind of short because this is a lot of yarn. So, all right. Please don't fall over. To start off, I went to Northwest Yarns booth and I saw that they had spindles there, and I was like, give me one. If you've been following along on my little episodic YouTube where I go through my whips and my works in progress, you will know that I am very much into spindle spinning right now. So I bought this beautiful drop spindle by Joel Grinstead, and it's handmade from local exotic and recycled wood. And this is the stained fur version. So hopefully my camera is focusing. It is a beautiful Turkish spindle. What I like about Turkish spindles, if you're not a spinner, you may not know this, but the Turkish spindle, you wind your yarn around the bottom here while you're creating it, and it makes a really great little design. But it also, this piece comes off and slides out, so you can kind of like pack it without having to worry about it breaking. And another cool thing about these, so you can spin them like a drop spindle, like you would a drop spindle, or you can spin them supported. So I plan to spin mine supported, so that's just what I'm into right now. But you could spin it like a drop spindle if that's more what you're comfortable with. The option is yours. So pretty cool. I also just really love the design. Hopefully it's able to kind of like focus on these intricate patterns here. But yeah, I loved it. I'm so happy with purchasing this. And this was at Northwest Yarns, just a local-ish Bellingham yarn store. So that was one of my first purchases. This isn't going to be in any order because it's been sitting in these bags now for a while, so you'll have to forgive me. And of course, a lot of people were at Sewrella. She had these really cool bags. I was told she also had these like little friendship bracelets, but I did not get there in enough time to get a friendship bracelet. But I love her theme. It was all like Taylor Swift themed. And one of my besties from Baltimore just got me into Taylor Swift. And so I, of course, had to stop by there and buy some of the Taylor Swift inspired colors. So these are the ones that I am not gifting, at least I don't think. This one's 1989, and this one is Look What You Made Me Do. And let's see if I'm trying a new setup, so hopefully you can see these and focus on these and it's picking it up. I can't like see myself anymore. Hopefully we're actually recording too. And then I also bought a couple of random ones that were in her like in stacks. So this one's called Surf City, and this one is 1939. All of these are nylon sock. These two are nylon sock. This one's classic sock, and this one's Stellina sock yarn. So it has a little sparkle in it. And this one obviously has some speckles. Hopefully it's focusing. So those are my purchases, my non-gift purchases from Sewrella. I really liked her booth. And all these people, all the vendors were just so nice and really helpful. And the booths themselves were actually like stunning. Like, you know, there's lots of black lights and neon lights. I'm gonna take a sip of water. It was great. So then I went to this new to me vendor. Obviously I've heard of Sewrella Yarns. But 29 Bridges was new to me. They gave me this beautiful bag. They are from Baltimore or Maryland. Excuse me. Made in Maryland, yes. And I have some roots in Maryland, so I was very happy to see an East Coast vendor there. I love these speckles too, so I got some go-to sock yarn from them. Loved this. And then I purchased some braids from them, and so these were wrapped nicely. This one's still wrapped nicely. This is a Targhee. Love that color. These other ones are, I've started kind of, there are two of the same ones. This one is prettier. We'll show this one. This is a Rambouillet. I love these like fall colors. They're beautiful. Can't wait to spin these. This one I started to kind of unbraid to look at the colors. So gorgeous. Cannot wait to spin with this. And there was only a couple, so I did go in with some plans to buy fiber. That's actually mostly what I wanted to buy, and I ended up with mostly yarn because there surprisingly wasn't a lot of fiber there. There was some, but not what I was looking for. But I was just really drawn to these like gorgeous, like deep colors. I don't have that in my stash right now, and so that was what was calling to me. The ladies that were running this booth, I guess clearly one of them is named Mary. She gave me these like free little stitch markers too, which I just thought was really nice touch, and a little sticker. I mean, and the tote bag. Come on. This is a gorgeous tote bag. I love these colors. So definitely looking forward to working with some fiber from them. Again, like I said, this was new to me. Wish I had known about them when I lived in Baltimore. Maybe they weren't around then though. So it was just nice to see some Maryland pride there. Another new to me brand, Witchfire Fibers. She had these obviously gorgeous bags. Absolutely gorgeous bags, and I was not intending to buy enough yarn to get one of these for free, but I did. So if you bought a certain amount of yarn, you got a free bag, and I was gonna buy the bag anyway, but I bought enough yarn that I got it for free. So Witchfire Fibers, her fiber was just so scrumptious, and I loved all the colors. I loved all the colors. A lot of them were very dark and moody, but I was very much feeling these three to make something. By the way, all of these, so like I said, I had some plans on what I wanted to buy, but when I got there, I ended up just blacking out and buying yarn. So if you have any idea what I should make with these, please let me know. I was thinking of using all these three together for something. This is Classic Surrey and Classic Fingering. They all just, they coordinate, they're beautiful. Loved it. And then this one, I love the name, Dry Dock. Another classic fingering. Are you sensing a theme here? I like fingering yarn. Sorry. Then I went to Madeline Tosh, and I got their, this was a Flock exclusive colorway, Bubblegum Alley. I got it in their sock yarn, Tosh sock. and hopefully these are showing up. I'm so sorry if they are not. I wanted to get the Flock exclusive, there was a fiber, I think it was from Wee Chickadee Fibers, and I could not, it was sold out by the time I got there. So that was sad. I was looking forward to, it was a bit like this, but not really. It was a little more like blush pink, and dusty pink than this. Not quite as moody, but it was sold out. I don't know why I decided to bring that up now. Anyway, then I went to Coats & Co. and this was a new to me vendor. I picked up some of their minis, which I really loved. Like, all these colors are just so gorgeous, and I thought I would maybe make some colorwork socks out of these, or a colorwork cowl. I don't know. Again, when I couldn't find the stuff that I like was intending to buy on my list, I just was like, oh well, let's just buy a ton of yarn. What else? Okay. And then I found this new to me vendor, Art and Alchemy. She had some gorgeous braids that clearly already have some of my dog hair on them. I was really drawn to this Levar colorway. It just looked so different and so cool. And she was spinning as I came up to her, and I was just like, love it. This actually was on my list, to be truly, this was on my list. I wanted fiber with some white in it. I do have a lot of like brightly colored fiber braids, and I wanted something a little more subtle. I don't know if this is necessarily subtle, but like, just something with white in it. I find I really like skeins that, or fiber with white in it. And instead of mixing a white and a colored together to make like a 2-ply, I just kind of wanted like lightly dyed fiber. And I think this fit the bill, but it's still really colorful and I love it. So yeah, happy with that. What else? Oh, okay, so Ritual Dyes had this Flock exclusive colorway called Sunstone. That was actually my first purchase. And because I was one of the first at her booth, I got a nice little bag from them. Whoop whoop. What else? Okay, so I'm gonna breeze through this, but Farmer's Daughter Fibers, oh dang, you know what this is gonna be. It's gonna be a Nebula sweater. I got Daddy State of Mind because I just love that name and I love this color. So it's gonna be a Nebula. I also got this cool Zodiac from Farmer's Daughter Fibers. This is Virgo. We are entering Virgo season, and that's my birthday. So I felt like this was calling my name. What else? New to me, but apparently not to the younger gen. Sorry, I'm looking for the other. Okay. Super Glow. Aptly named. I came up with my own sock sets from her. Loved her booth. It was so colorful and so fun. It like immediately reminded me of the 90s. So, new to me. I followed her on Instagram. She was also really sweet. Gorgeous fiber. She did have a Flock exclusive colorway, but wasn't my cup of tea, so just went with some of these. Excuse me. I also got some La Bien Amie. Been talked about a ton. You know, it's gorgeous. I love it. Everyone loves it. It's stunning. What more can I even say? And then we're getting to the end here. We are. I stopped by Botanical Yarn, and let's see, I got 2 of these gorgeous, like, silk noil, I think it is, or like neon dungal is what it's called. Beautiful, like, speckly, but in a different way. Tweedy yarn. Neons on a, like, warm gray base. No, again, no idea what I'm going to make with this, but absolutely could not pass it up. It was just so unique. I love it. And then, again, what was on my list, but some sock sets. So these were gorgeous, lovely ones by, this one's the Starlight Knitting Society sock set. And this one's just a Bempton Cliffs sock set. I loved them too because they all came with these like little stitch markers on them too. That's fun. I appreciate that. Loved their booth, obviously. Bought a lot of yarn from them. And then lastly, 40 Winks fibers. New to me vendor, sock yarn. Other things I did not put in this bag because they are now on my needles already. Pearls Before Wine. Got a sweater's quantity worth of fingering weight yarn from them and started a ranunculus blouse. I also got a Starlight Knitting Society, you know, tape measuring thing because I needed one that day, but didn't have it, so I bought it. What else? Oh, I bought a flock sweatshirt and a shirt, both of which are in the wash now. Is that it? God, I hope that's it for the sake of my bank account. But yeah, obviously very happy with all that I purchased, and it was so much fun. I probably bought too much. Definitely bought too much. But I have some knitting to do, so can't be mad about that, right? Anyway, for my first flock, I think I did quite well, and I enjoyed it immensely. I enjoyed meeting everyone that I did meet in person, and I definitely made some new friends and got a lot of new yarn. What more can you really ask for? It was an incredible show. Nothing dramatic or crazy that happened while I was there, at least. Notes for next year, definitely bring more coffee and my big ass bag from Black Pearl Magic. Because this baby holds some yarn, and she's beautiful. Like, I don't even know. Maybe I should use like a beach bag. It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. So, yeah. Anyway, I hope that was entertaining and not super noisy or ASMR weirdness. I am getting over a sickness that I probably got from Flock, so apologies for my coughing. And yeah, what did you get at Flock? What do you think I should make with all this? Please let me know in the comments, and I will put all the dyers that I talked about, all the vendors that I talked about in the comments with links to their site if you would like to purchase some of their yarn. Overall, I think a lot of these were women, small businesses, and minority owned. So go shop them. Go give them some business. All right. Talk soon. Bye.